Hello, folks. It is Wednesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. It is 9 p.m. on the West Coast of the United States. In this video, we'll look at the daily, weekly, and monthly charts of Bitcoin. Mostly going to focus on technical analysis rather than other aspects of crypto and Bitcoin. So let's get started. Here's the weekly chart. We can see that in this Andrews pitchfork, Bitcoin has pushed up to resistance at the upper median line, and now today in the current session is pushing up through that resistance, which suggests that this uptrend will continue. And of course, in technical analysis using Andrews pitchforks, once a vehicle moves through a given median line, the next target is the next median line, which in this case would be the first median line extension. That's how we refer to this next median line here. And that's one of the really nice aspects of working with Andrews pitchforks is that targets are well-defined, support levels are well-defined, breakout levels are well-defined, and there are only 5 behaviors that typically occur when we're working with Andrews pitchforks. And so when we see those behaviors, for example, the zoom and retest, we know what to expect as that pattern plays out. So anyway, back to this daily chart. So next target is, let me move a picture here. What's that? 58,000, but round number would be 60. So we get up to 58,000, round number is going to be acting as a magnet. And so I would suggest that 60,000 is the next target in Bitcoin based on this chart. We can see that the moving averages have moved into bullish alignment. 20-day moving average has poked up above the 50, and the 50 is well above the 200. Now, on that same note or aspect, the price of Bitcoin is quite extended or overbought relative to the moving averages, all 3 of them, and certainly overbought relative to the 200-day moving average, which suggests to me that Bitcoin is getting ahead of itself in this short time frame. MACD in bull mode on a buy signal, although again, let's throw this line in here, approaching the level of being overbought based on MACD. Still got a little bit of room to move before it runs into that prior MACD peak where price may run out of energy to the upside and have to do a sideways consolidation or maybe a pullback. Some energy very elevated. So quite bullish in the daily time frame, but we have to keep in mind that price is getting overextended, perhaps. May need to do some consolidation or perhaps some amount of correction, probably not a lot of correction. Here in the weekly time frame, we can see some big impulsive, that's a fairly impulsive price bar. And then the current week, which of course we still got 2 more trading sessions in the current week. This is shaping up to be a bullish bar, an impulsive bar, pushing up through the resistance from this, call it, it's not a support resistance zone, but there's potential resistance here. It's kind of a gappy area, but Bitcoin appears to be pushing right through that level. MACD in bull mode on a buy signal, energy very elevated. I suspect that this bullish action in Bitcoin is related to the launching of new Bitcoin ETFs. That basically we have money, both individual investors and institutional investors, putting money into the ETFs. The ETFs make it a lot easier to invest in crypto because you don't have to open a digital wallet. You don't have to worry about the safety of your digital wallet. Oh my God, are my keys going to get stolen or confiscated? And so anyway, the ETFs make it significantly easier for investors to put money into Bitcoin. I just noticed here, we got a potential pitchfork. Let me draw it in. So I'm going to go from that spike high down to, I'm going to use that as our low and then our next high. And so we can see that Andrews pitchfork performed quite well. Bottom, breakout, resistance. Let's throw in the next median line extension, which would be that. And so again, we can see bullish gap upwards as it broke through that median line, sideways consolidation, and now we have this current bullish action. So again, another bullish chart in the weekly time frame. In the monthly, not a lot we can say here other than this price bar for February is shaping up. It's quite impulsive, suggesting high energy. A lot of energy moving, or a lot of money moving into Bitcoin. MACD in bull mode on a buy signal, energy very elevated. Do we get volume on Bitcoin? Let's see. So one of the things I notice is that we don't have, we're getting bullish price action, but it's not backed up by volume, at least so far in the monthly time frame. Let's back up. Same thing here in the weekly. We've got this impulsive action to the upside, but if we take a close look at volume, volume is actually dropping off. And so that is not, oops, sorry about that. Let me do that right quick. It was bugging me. So the volume action is not bullish and does not, the volume action is divergent from the price action. What we'd like to see ideally is that when price is moving up, volume is increasing. And we've got the opposite going on here. So that divergence is a little bit of a concern if you're bullish. Here in the daily time frame, looks a little bit better. We had some up ramp in volume, and now it's essentially gone flat. We've got flat volume, and we don't have a full bar yet for the current session. So anyway, another point of potential concern is the fact that volume is not supporting the price action in Bitcoin. But again, bullish in all three time frames, daily, weekly, and monthly. This chart just interesting to me. This is big picture crypto, not just Bitcoin, but the overall market cap for crypto in general peaked at 2.8 trillion back in November 2021, currently at about 1.9 trillion. So that's $900 billion, almost $1 trillion that investors have lost in the crypto space. That's a lot of darn money. And so when you when you bump into people who are super bullish about crypto, super bullish about Bitcoin, um, don't try to remind them that a lot of money has been lost in crypto. You probably get glassy eyed or get you might not like the reaction, but this is something to keep in mind, that almost $1 trillion has been lost in the crypto space. Now, is Bitcoin a long-term survivor? We'll find out. My personal opinion is that the central banks of the world, who all have CBDCs nearing the launch point, either ready for launch or nearly ready for launch. And in my opinion, the central banks are not going to allow any competition for their digital currencies, digital fiat currencies, and that's an important point. CBDCs are pure, the purest form of fiat currency, and will give substantial control to the central banks, to the people who control those CBDCs. If your only access to, money, currency, is digital, and that digital currency is controlled by the central bank or the government, and they decide for whatever reason they don't want you to have access to money, all they got to do is turn it off. It's digital. You flip a couple of switches, digital switches, and you no longer have access to what you believe is your money. And so that's a little bit of a concern with digital money, digital currency. So anyway, I just wanted to take a quick look at the Bitcoin charts because Bitcoin is on the move right now. That's all I got in this video. I will talk to you soon. Let me unshare my screen and end this video.